Поехали. Саш, yes. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, do your cell phone?
Yep. And it's fine for everyone.
Okay. It's actually not bad. Not bad. Woo! Nice. Good job. Very good.
Always be this easy. She in the mirror dancing so sleazy. I get a call like, where are you, easy? Try to hit you with the old rock till I get flashed by the paparazzi. Hey, these niggas got it. I hate these niggas.
Love.
Like a flight with no visa, first class with the seat back, I still see ya. In my pants, you on the other side of the glass. And my memories need freedom. I'm just saying, hey, Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roam without a season.
Guys. Brighton swimwear. Yep. Okay, let's do a little dance and yes. Okay, good job, guys. Okay, and walk away. So we need the butt shot.
You do it again. I thought you put it there. We get to do that again, guys. Do that again.
Rolling. Alicia, let's go. Rolling. Woo! Brighton swimwear. Miami Swim Week. We still made it. Look at those girls. That's so cute. Woo! Good. Yay. Yay. Okay. Sure, I'm gonna try it a little bit more like on you. Is that better? A little too much, right?
A little bit.
I think that's fine.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a good color. Colors. Okay. Yes. Alice, you came for my casting and then you came to help me a little bit with the art. And now you came to a show with me for the closing of the Miami Swim Week. What's your story? Let's see, find out, how do you feel about those days and why you're doing this, we had a little conversation.
Yeah, I am doing this because I have a history of modeling. I come from the Midwest, so there's not as many opportunities up there, but you can get your feet wet. And then I went on to do pageantry, so former Miss United States. And that was a whole nother whirlwind of experiences, but taking it to the next level and always wanting to do Miami Swim Week, New York Fashion Week. And
how do you feel the difference between pageants and fashion shows, like a special swimwear show?
it's a completely different style of walk. and you're dealing with judges or the pageant organization style of competing versus what the designers want to showcase their pieces specifically. It's less about you and more about the actual designers.
And do you think, look, I've noticed many models, when they walk, they betray the designer, basically, and they do what they want or what their audience want. Especially those influencers, no matter how much you tell them that just walk straight, do this, do that, when they end up on that runway, they do their hearts, they do their pageantry, they do their thing, because they feel entitled, they need to do it for their audience, the people that are watching, for themselves. What do you think in the balance of power, the influencers, the models, the runway, the designers, what do you think the industry heading?
Well, I think there needs to be clear expectations and communications, like you said. And then I think there's a point of, depending on the influencers, some are paid and some are not. I think if they're not, they are more in it for themselves, which in any business, in any industry, people, they're hungry, they're eager, and they're looking to take care of themselves. So it's understandable that that would happen. So I think to eliminate that, whether it's a training, a payment, or some type of hard agreement, I think that would alleviate some of those issues. And then I think there's an aspect, people will be people. So no matter what, because we run into that in pageantry as well, that there are some people that will go out and do what they think is best for them with disregard to other people. And unfortunately, it does end up hurting other people. But there are ways that I think we can all come together, work together, and we just need to find those solutions.
What was your experience? What did you expect? What did you saw at Art Arts? Did you like it?
I loved it. I think it was a fantastic production. It was definitely high end. There's so many different shows going on this week, from the building, the stage layout, the backstage, watching all the hair and makeup and the models, how they were getting lined up. It was very professional. I really enjoyed it.
Can you give me a few kudos? Like when you and I practiced here in the hotel, the runway, was it helpful for you, the casting aspects?
Yes. Okay. So I actually called my mom after, and I was so grateful because you challenged me to grow and do different types of walks, which when you get so used to one mode, you don't have so many people challenging you. And I coach pageant walks, so it was so fun, and I loved the tips and tricks because high fashion is a different world. The elevation, so talking about the stairs and when we walked on the bridge, that completely changes your walk. Things to think about with your face, different types of turns, and different speeds to work on depending on what you're walking for.
A few of the bigger shows like Met Gala,
Yeah.
steps.
Yes.
Film festival, steps. So a lot of, if you know, we have a very famous hotel close by called Fountain View, and they have steps that leads to nowhere. Do you know about those steps?
I don't. Tell me.
So it's like in 1920s, it was the thing that people would come all over the world just to walk on those steps. Those steps doesn't lead anywhere, and the girls would just walk up and down.
Oh my gosh.
And the future husbands would just watch them on those steps. So the girls would buy a special dress, what they would wear, and it's like been 100-year walk. That's like legendary steps.
Oh my gosh.
History,
Yeah.
fashion, that's like basically.
And they're still there.
It's still there.
Okay, I have to
They're
go.
not very impressive.
Okay.
But by nowadays, like, there are much better steps, but I think that was the mecca for the girls in 20s,
Yeah.
30s, like 100 years ago, buying a dress, like walking these steps like, up and down. That was like the first like swimwear show.
Yes.
That became very known.
How fun. I have to go now. Thank you for that.
Google steps.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
What I am trying to do, overall, make an impact in the world. So I'm on the board of a nonprofit, Love Inspiring Life. We do anti-human trafficking.
Yes, you tell me about
Yes. Yeah. So I'm a survivor of sexual abuse multiple times. And so when I competed, it was my father when I was 3 years old, and he physically abused me my whole life. And then there was a ex-boyfriend in high school as well. And so after surviving that, and I know human traffic is different, but it's not so far out of the bounds. Like, it just takes one more step, one more influence, and you fall into that. And a lot of individuals who have previously been sexually abused end up falling into human trafficking. So what we do is we partner with ex-special forces, and we train local authorities and assist them in raid and recovery missions. So we're doing fundraisers and everything like that. So anything that I can do to network and get out there and have fun while I'm doing it and doing things like this, it just makes it even better. And I find people everywhere I go that are right on board with the mission and helping.
Crazy money. These people have a lot of money. They're dangerous.
They are very dangerous. That's why we're partnering with ex-special forces. So we spend in the U.S. on average $4 million per military individual to train them and deploy them and bring them back. And when they're back, we don't have the infrastructure and the professional positions to fit them all. So what we want to do is raise enough money and have enough missions going on where we can employ them full time, so we can reduce the suicide and mental health degradation of our military veterans as well, and then save the individuals who are stuck in human trafficking. So them having a military background, to going back to your question, and them being so dangerous, they have experience working with other very dangerous individuals and warfare and cartels and all of that. So that's why we help and assist local authorities who haven't been exposed to some of that training.
Let's do a plug-in. What's your social media?
My social media is everything is at Alyssa Del Torre.
It was like 10-20 of them yesterday.
So
Okay.
this crazy
Alex?
lady
Yeah.
these things here, huh?
No, Alex, I need you to get in the shot closer to the iguanas.
Right there.
Oh, there is another one right here.
There's another one?
Right here. Like, put it on the ground so we can film. So I want.
You want the whole thing on the ground?
Not the whole. You know
like a
what?
few of
You know
it.
what? Let's do the whole thing. That's a great idea. Let's see if they will. No, Alex, leave it, and they will come. Let me find out what's your story. So basically, you and I met a few days ago. You came to the casting. I want to do like a recap what we have accomplished so far together. The last night, if you had any fun at the Art Hearts, and what we're gonna do today.
Okay, yeah, my name is Michelle Fu. Hi, and I met Alexander at a casting, and it was, yes, I think it was the Planet Fashion one, and wait, no, it was, yes. Wait, it was at the House of Paradise casting, and he was really nice, and we connected. He introduced me to a few people, and then a few days later we did a shoot here at the pool. We did one at the pool.
Casting, fitting, and
Yes.
a few pics,
Yes, and then we got a few pictures, and it was so much fun. We did a lot of different concepts. We did. We did. No, we didn't end up doing the lipstick. We did the watches. Yes. So we put a few watches actually on the same swimsuit that I'm wearing.
Thick and thin swimwear, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Oh, thick and yes. And then we did the ink. We wrote Miami Swim Week with ink on my body, and I went into the pool, came out of the pool. It was awesome. And then last.
Same night, probably. No, the next day.
Next day.
Next day to the Art Hearts.
Yes, and then we went to the Art Heart. Oh my gosh, it was the best night ever. It was so nice.
The most fun. What you didn't like?
The thing that I had to get used to really fast was just interviewing. I've never done that before, but it was really cool meeting everyone. Thank you so much.
Everybody everybody love you.
That's so nice. Yeah, no.
He was even asked to dress the front row. It was so pretty to, to have
Yeah.
everything covered. So.
Yes, that's. Oh yeah, my
He said in the vote.
my fun fact of the night is that Alexander knows everybody, everyone and their mothers, every single person he knows. So I got to meet a lot of cool people. That was my favorite part. Yeah.
What did you do when I packed my bags and you stayed?
Oh, I ended up staying because I was with I met this girl. I don't even know her name. I met this girl though, and she had walked in a show earlier, and so she was asking me some questions, and then we kind of just started talking, and then after that, I just kind of stayed for a while. I stayed until they closed down. I watched them, like, there were people, like, walking on the stage and stuff. So I was watching them do that, and then I had to make the trek to my car, which was a while. But, yeah, it was a really good night. No, I just parked really far. So, yeah, I had I had to pay for parking. But, yeah, I know, right? It's double homicide. But it was a good night. I got home at like 1 a.m.
1 a.m.?
Yeah. It's okay. I went to bed at like 3. And then I did a shoot this morning. I didn't tell you yet. I did a shoot this morning. I did it with just these 2 photographers. It wasn't for any brand, but we did it on the beach. So I went at 5 a.m. And so...
You went home at 3 and went at 5.
Yes.
So you had very little sleep.
Very little sleep, but I'm excited for tonight.
What's just social media?
Okay, my Instagram handle is Michelle Fu, MichellEEFUU, and then my TikTok is It's Michelle Fu. Thank you.
Okay.
What is your name?
I'm Serena Zaleski.
Serena, how did you find out about me?
I met you at the House of Paradise casting.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. And how was your experience professionally this
It's been so fun. I've got to meet so many people.
Did you end up doing any shows?
I did a show last night for Exa Models.
Exa Models.
Yes.
I went to that show on the first night, I think the same night when I met you.
Yes.
I came back really beaten. Bugs, like all kind of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
After that, I decided to stay indoor shows with art arts.
Yeah, they were giving us bug spray at our show last night. Yeah.
I never heard of that production, but I'm surprised they have really quality models like you, and it was like a really nice.
Thank you.
Show. How was the experience with AXA?
I really liked it. I really liked the designer and all the girls I got to meet.
How many you look?
Miriam was her name.
Do you know what's the story? What's the brand is about?
I don't. I wish I did. Yes.
Okay. What's your plan? How do you use the experience that you got here at Miami Swim Week? It's almost over. In your life.
I think, I really think this experience has made me grow a lot, and it's shown me all the things I want to work towards as well.
What do you do in life beyond modeling, being pretty?
I've been trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out the modeling thing. I love to travel. I have my degree in science, so I studied health sciences in college. Yes. Yes, I'm considering going back to school to get a master's or something of the sort.
Where do you live?
I currently live in San Diego, California. Yes.
San Diego.
The best place in California. Yes.
I think the San Diego is missing the San Diego Swim Week. Do you guys have it?
No. There's not enough modeling stuff going on in San Diego. I have to go to LA for the modeling stuff. Yes.
Not enough modeling.
Yes.
Maybe you can start San Diego.
Yes.
Next question. What was the reasoning? How did you plan your swim week? How was it came about to happen to you?
So one of my agencies is MMG New York, and they casted me and started sending me the castings. Yes, shout out to MMG New York. Thank you so much for letting me be here.
is it advantageous to come to a casting having an agency or being?
I think for some of them, there was definitely like we were separated in other groups. It had different wristbands coming into the castings. But for some of the other ones, I don't think it mattered if you had an agency or not.
Okay. Like in terms of pay, like, do you think that matters? Like models who not sign, maybe not getting paid, models who sign getting paid. Is that the case?
In some cases, I think some newer brands still don't pay no matter what.
Yep.
But I think there was some cases for some of the castings I went to, there was a payment if I was to get the job.
Anything, message to your family with your life? Still enjoying this.
I'm so thankful for my family. My parents are my biggest supporters through all this. I get to call my mom about everything, so I wouldn't be here without them. And I'm having the best time.
Okay. Are you staying with a whole bunch of other models or staying by yourself? How was the travel arrangements here?
I actually, I have an old friend who lives here. I met him in Europe and we stayed friends, so now I'm staying with him and I'm very thankful.
Is he jealous that you show so much skin in front of so many other men?
Well, we're just friends. I get to hear about his whole love life, so we're just friends. I think he's more jealous that I get to come out, hang out with the pretty girls, and he doesn't get to see the pretty girls.
Well, he's in models, and many shows we have male
Yeah.
models as well. Okay, let's do a plug-in. What's your social media?
My social media is at Serena Zuleski, Zuleski with a Z.
Только кто-то там на фоне, ничего.
Это хорошо, такая идея, что
Так отвлекают же внимание от меня. Ну ладно.
они дополняют внимание к тебе.
Окей.
Они как бы, если я сижу напротив стенки, как бы снимают, непонятно, где это происходит. Так видно, что это неделя моды.
It's okay.
Продолжается бэкстейдж, то есть в таком духе. Мы не
Окей.
снимаем их голыми, мы снимаем, они там красятся, подкрашиваются, то есть, как бы все выглядит
All right.
настоящим.
Great.
Окей. Смотри, насколько я помню, у меня есть знакомая Алла.
Да.
И Алла в какой-то русской украинской группе
Да.
написала, что я делаю кастинги и шоу.
Да.
И благодаря Алле ты пришла.
Видимо, да. Разобрались.
Я так думаю.
Мы разобрались, да.
Какая у тебя история? Расскажи.
История с моей жизни.
Как ты родилась, как выросла? Нет, я шучу.
История с Miami Swim Week, ты имеешь в виду?
Конечно.
Я живу в Майами год, и в этом году это первый мой опыт на Miami Swim Week, собственно говоря. Если бы я раньше была, то я бы попробовала раньше, но, к сожалению, не было возможности застать.
Тоже есть свой и
Да, но нет, Swim Week нету,
есть просто fashion week.
есть просто Fashion Week.
Надо сделать свой week.
Да, под киевскую тематику немножко не подходит Swim, как под Майами.
Я думаю, что на удивление ты будешь поражена, но очень важно, когда солдаты гибнут на передовой
Да.
и умирают, и это вопрос жизни и смерти. Для парня, который сидит в окопе, увидеть красивую девочку, которая в купальнике, которая за Украину, которая любит родину, это настолько повышает дух, это дает основание биться, драться, стрелять, защищаться дальше. Потому что мораль не так просто поднять. И секс-аппил, он видит, кому он защищает, кому он может приехать после победы, с кем он может построить семью. Так что, на удивление, ты будешь поражена. В моем шоу, у меня часто многие ребята с передовой смотрят, и передо у меня много про украинские темы есть. Я считаю, что это может быть очень даже патриотичная вещь, и если ты не воюешь лично, то, по крайней мере, ты можешь поддержать мораль своим личным видом. Yes, sir. Okay, come on.
Yeah, it's about, I'm sorry, just, that mirror is so small, huh?
No. Not the gates come on. My room. We need the address. Flamingo Drive. Okay. Okay. Hold a second. Выше микрофон. Мы остановились на твоей истории.
Да.
Я сделаю рекап. Год назад мой рекап. Ты год назад приехала с Украины, и первая неделя моды. Ты ходила, насколько я понял, в двух шоу довольно-таки значимых. Ты ходила в бюро, которое хорошее шоу, и ты ходила в шоу Fashion Fusion. Correct? Fashion Fusion. Как тебе понравился твой опыт в этих шоу?
I was really excited. Немножко перешла на английский. Это было очень круто. И это очень новый экспириенс для меня, потому что Miami Swim Week очень отличается от других шоу. Да. Это не хай фэшн, это очень такой майамский вайб, Майами-Бич. Дизайнеры требуют разного. Многие прям категорично не хотят, чтобы это было очень серьезно. Многие хотят так, да. Поэтому это было очень необычно. Некоторые дизайнеры, конечно, хотят, чтобы все было очень фэшн, серьезно. И я люблю и то, да. Но, конечно, больше фэшн – это больше про модеринг, по моему мнению.
У нас в Нью-Йорке будет в сентябре настоящее. Фэшн, там уже не будет этого Майами вайба. Это зачем я приезжаю сюда?
Но мне действительно понравилось то, что это очень необычно, это что-то новое, это новое для меня. И я очень рада, что я стала частью этого в этом году.
Что изменилось в твоей жизни благодаря вот этим местным вайбам? Что-то поменялось для тебя?
Я думаю, это был очень важный опыт. И я поняла, что...
What is your name?
My name is Stephanie.
What is your name?
My name is Stephanie.
Stephanie, you're absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Like, which shows have you worked this week?
So far, I'm walking all the shows with Global Swim.
Global Swim?
Yes, yes. Also, Creators Inc.
Creative?
Yes, yes.
I never heard of that. Production also. Is it fun?
Yes, it's amazing.
Hold it a little bit higher.
Yes.
Where do you live?
I am in Miami, but also in Maryland.
Miami and Maryland.
Yes.
What is that your first Miami Swim Week?
Yes, this is my very first Miami Swim Week, so I was really excited.
Why did you decide to do it?
I took a break from modeling, and now I'm ready to get back into it.
Took a break?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I have a property management business, and I went to school for nursing.
Are you a licensed nurse?
Yes.
Cool. So, two comments I can make. One, I noticed that if a nurse looks really good and smells really good, it helps to cure the patient. Patients are actually in pain,
Yeah.
and they're really, really suffering, and then they see something glamorous and beautiful. It's another reason to live.
Yes.
And I know so many property managers, like real estate people, who do fashion because that attracts a lot of attention. And
Yes.
helps to make sale.
Yes.
So I think it's great. It's great in both.
Thank you.
And the designer that you're wearing called Thick Swimwear. This design is really she's a person of color like you.
Yes.
She would be ecstatic to see such a beautiful girl following her piece.
Thank
By
you.
the way, if once you walk the show, you get to keep this swimwear.
Wonderful. I'm excited. It's so beautiful.
What's your story?
I came from Kenya when I was young. Yes, my parents moved from Kenya when I was 7. Yes, went to the States, grew up in North Carolina, down south, and ended up in Maryland for nursing. And in between there, I was modeling. I was discovered by Vogue at 12. Yes. Yes. I walked for Fashion Week in France, and that was my last show before my big break and going into school. Then I stopped, finished school, started my business. Now that I'm all settled, I'm ready to follow my dreams and just be in fashion. I love fashion. I love to be a model. I loved it so much. It didn't feel like a job. So I want to just enjoy life now. My social is real life Steph, real_life_Steph.
Let's do practice one. Too loud, too loud. Sasha, let's go again.
Sec, so
Yes.
you're asking the wrong way.
Now we're getting back.
Okay, perfect.
Hold it a little higher.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Cover the chin. Under the chin. Yes.
Under the chin? Okay, perfect.
Alexander, actually.
Mhm.
You are 18,
Mhm.
and it's your first debut to Miami Swim Week.
Yeah.
What's your inspiration? Why are you doing it?
My inspiration is because personally I've always loved fashion. Like I've always been like huge into history, and one of my favorite things to study was like how fashion changed throughout history, you know? Like it became well, like in the 1900s and stuff, 20th century, like early, like in the roaring 20s, it was like a lot of women wore fashion that was like revolutionary in a sense, you know, and it was like supposed to be like, hey, like I'm independent, I can like.
In the cave time, people also wear fashion.
Of course, exactly. I mean, that fashion was more like, you know, they need like. Yeah, exactly. It was like, you know, just like two pieces of fabric and like.
And they use like the ink from the you know, from the fire.
Exactly. But like.
Their own makeup.
Yeah, but it's always interesting to see like how far fashion has come, you know? Like, I mean, every like century or even every hundreds of years, like we discover like more accessories, more ways to like design ourselves and express ourselves, you know? Like as society has developed, our fashion has developed with it. So I think it's kind of like an echo to how society has grown and how we all have like just grown and like progressed.
Do you think the AI will redefine the fashion?
Absolutely. I can't tell you if it will be for better or for worse, but it will definitely have.
For better, everything changes.
I mean, well, yeah, like change is obviously better, but you know.
Fashion never sleeps. Fashion
Exactly.
sleeps.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get into your story. Like why you want to be in the fashion? What's how that relates to you?
I want to be in the fashion industry because I think that a lot of the fashion industry, like, they like, a lot of the fashion industry doesn't get to see like people like me, I feel, you know? Like obviously in the past, like that would be very true. Now it's like not as true, but I want to be.
I think look, most of the shows nowadays run by people of you know, gender identity and space, and you in shows like Art, you would be the majority. Like most of the designers, you know, like LGBTQ community, most of the models, like there are a lot of stylists, so you're not an exception, you're more like a majority in many of production, so you would not feel like outside of the scope.
I mean, the real reason is like, it's always just been my dream. Like I've always seen like.
Keep talking, look, I'm gonna get my water.
Okay.
Just go ahead. Still recording.
But like it's always been my dream to just like walk down a runway and like have all the eyes on me and my outfit, and
Why?
like
Why do you want that narcissism? Why do you want that like attention or like vanity? Like why it's important?
because
It's not a bad thing. I mean, we deserve to be to be considered special. So
Yeah.
I don't see it as in the bad connotation. Why?
it's because it's just what I want to do. It's like
Why do you want to do it?
because I want to show people like, you know, new ways to dress, new styles, new fashion trends, new things, and help inspire like change, you know? Like I think like as the fashion industry changes, I want to be a part of that change. I want to show off that change.
You want to be a designer, you want to be a stylist, what do you want to do in fashion? Do you want to have a career in that space, or you want to be like, you know, a lawyer, doctor or something?
I mean, absolutely. Like I am like studying right now in education. I do like
What are you going to study? What are you studying?
currently I'm studying psychology.
Psychology.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, and that's like another like reason why I just love fashion, because it speaks to like the mind of people. Like it's, you know, how people dress themselves. They think about, you know, oh, how should I dress myself? Oh, what should I wear? You know, how do I want to express myself?
Let's narrow down. This is not just fashion, this is swim week. So we're talking about swim
Mhm.
week. What's the difference between swimwear fashion week, basically, swimwear week versus fashion week?
Well,
What do you think?
I think the difference between it is that regular fashion is more so like every day, every season, you know. I mean, like obviously there's different seasons.
I think
And yeah.
in this space actually people wear.
Oh, absolutely, you know. I mean, like I guess I'm speaking from my perspective. I grew up in Utah where it was like, you know, seasons were very, you know, very cold one season, very hot another, but I mean in Miami, swim week is like everybody wears swimwear. Everybody has swimwear. You know, you're always like, you know, if you want to do something, let's go to the beach. You have a free day, go to the beach. You know, everybody loves the beach. It's a huge part of Miami, you know?
Yes.
And I think that being able to express yourself like at the beach and creating new designs for when you are at the beach speaks even more to you as a person and to you as a character, because it says who you are when you're at the beach, you know?
Okay. Can we talk a little? We're almost done with the interview, so I have a question about me. You met me a few days ago. You came for the casting with Angela.
Yeah.
We did some pictures. We did some. Why did you decide to join the show? How do you feel about the casting, that experience that we had? Like, what was your feedback?
I mean, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous. I even went to like the wrong casting, and I saw all these like, it was at the gates.
Oh,
So I saw all these like, and they were like, you know, much like more experienced than me. I mean, this is my first casting, you know, you can just tell. But it's like, it was intimidating. And then I remember when I came here. But I mean, when I came here, it felt a lot more inviting, I would say, you know?
I think the main difference between the European castings that I do style versus the American style casting. The American style casting is you come in, you walk out, maybe they pick you, maybe not.
Exactly.
Very little talking. It's very little discovery. If you go to Paris, Milano, you go to London, the casting process is totally different.
Absolutely.
The discovery, the model, like identity, and then they figure out like the work can be improved.
Yeah.
You can have this work. Tomorrow you can practice and you can fix it. Nobody was born knowing how to walk. We all crawl first before we start walking. But personalities, like the personal, then that's something that you cannot be changed. Your identity as a person is different from hers, from others. So
of
that's
course.
something that I'm trying to discover in that process, like who has what kind of contribution to a runway.
Yeah. Like, what does a person bring to a runway? What is each individual? Like, a lot of American fashion seems to be a lot of like mass produced, you know, it's like how they pick the models. It's like, you know, you come in a big line, like an assembly line almost, you know, you come in, they pick out some and then they send the rest on their way. Like that's like American fashion. But like, I like the approach you're taking because you look into the individual and you give hear everybody's story.
We also practice a little bit, a little coaching. I help you
Yeah.
guys like with the entry, like the walk, like, I don't know if you practice since then, but I think we
I have.
a little kind of coaching session, like again, like before, and then we had styling.
Yeah.
We found something that fits you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do last one. What's your plugin? What's your social media?
My social media is alexrut with 2 T's .lol.
I apologize, but I forgot to say thank you to Angela for
Absolutely.
bringing you in, and thank you for your family to let you come on your own for the casting. It's
Yeah.
very brave. If you have a message to your mom, your family.
I mean, thank you. Seriously, just thank you for everything. I couldn't be here without you, and I'm excited to see where this goes.